Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot, your ultimate destination for pop culture and celebrity tarot readings. Today, we're going to take a look at the rumor that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are shopping for a home in the United Kingdom. I know, never say never. Rumor is that they're looking for a house there. Having a tough time with this. A few weeks ago, they were looking in California, I believe Malibu for another place. So let's see what the stars and the cards have to say about this. Welcome back. I'm Annabella, tarot practitioner for over 35 years. I am still horribly sick for those of you that have been following me for this week. But in this video, we are going to take a mystical journey into the lives of our favorite and not so favorite royals. Please remember that all of my readings are for entertainment purposes only, and they reflect my own personal opinions. Please do your own research before making any decisions. Also, please remember that during the month of October, I know we're coming up on the end of this, you can get a 10% discount on private readings with me. Visit the scheduling link in my website, fortunecookiestarot.com, or in the description below, and you can book your own magical reading with me. If you cannot find time in the schedule, just email me at fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com, and I will be sure to see if I can find some spots for you. Continue joining me in exploring the stars and the cards by subscribing and hitting the bell. I do lots of fun readings like this. I do lives a couple of times a week, so I can do mini readings for you guys, give you a little taste of tarot. And thanks for being a part of this amazing tarot community that I've built up over the last few years since I jumped onto YouTube. It's my favorite part of the day, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So I have a lot of regulars. So I do want to give a pro tip for when you're sick. Puffs Plus, the Vicks version. Don't use them on your eyes, but what a breath of fresh air. These are fantastic. So I do not have the thing that everybody is always worried about. I just have a regular garden variety cold. Yay! So this exciting stuff. And I just found out that my son's dad also picked it up. So life is good. You know, we're all getting back to regular colds. So let's talk about the Wayward Royal or Wayward Duchess and Duke. Dutch and Duchess. Holy crap. So a few weeks ago, they were floated rumors that they were looking for a home in Malibu because the one in Montecito just was a bit much. They weren't quite fond of it. Actually, I think that rumor that they weren't over the moon about that house, which is fabulous and like totally over-engineered. That started, I think, a year or so ago. But there's all kinds of questions about whether they actually own that house or not. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, is this true? Are they really looking for a house in the United Kingdom, outside of London or in Kensington? There's all kinds of rumors all over the place. So let's take a look and see if there's anything that's true about that. Now, I am a huge fan of the Beckhams, and the Beckhams do have a fabulous home in Holland Park. So I think Holland Park may be one of the areas that some people may be very keen on for them. I don't know for sure, but you know, Holland Park is kind of the hip and happening place to be. I believe Amy Winehouse also had a house there. I think Adele had a house there. Lots of people of a certain level are living there. Also, I think they are mainly a lot of historic homes. What do they call them? Grade 2 homes. They're grade 1, grade 2. Grade 1 is exceptional historical significance or architectural significance, and grade 2 is substantial significance. So, I think here in the States we would call them historic homes, that kind of thing. I am a huge fan of historic homes. My parents live in a historic home. They have one here in New Jersey, which is fabulous. It was built in 1890, which is old by standards here in the United States, fairly old. If you go into England, of course, you can get homes that are much, much older. And there's your sloppy shuffle for the day. You're very welcome. Everyone loves the sloppy shuffle. So, and to spare one of my super fans and now friend Deborah, I'm not going to play the because it drives her dogs nuts. So, all right, is this true? Are we actually house shopping, or are we fishing? Are we fishing for the sovereign to help out a little bit? Whoop. I have my own suspicions. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was an amazing sloppy shuffle. That was like a springboard. Are we actually shopping for a house? We're actually looking for one. And I've got this very cool deck. And we've got 2 of Pentacles in reverse. They don't have a home. They don't have a home place. We've got the Page of Swords in reverse. That is an interesting card to get there. The Page of Swords is cutting. When he is upright, he is pruning a bit more conscientiously. But since this is upside down, this looks like we're pulling up some roots here, boys and girls. Is this going to be a situation where we're getting out of things? We've got some concealment here, concealment of the actual surgical cutting here. And looking back at the work that we've done, not so fondly. The undercurrent here is 2 of Swords. We're cutting off. We're choosing the lesser of 2 evils. So are we turning tail here? Are we turning tail and trying to get back in the good graces of his grace? Are we trying to do that? Let's clarify this with some mini tarot. And this week I've been doing this deck and this little mini deck pretty much all week and all weekend. I was doing it all weekend. Let's see what we got here. Again, we've got that 8 of Pentacles in reverse. He is looking back, and the Ace of Swords. I shuffled these cards, guys. I absolutely shuffled these cards. You saw it happen. We've got that Page of Pentacle in reverse, the Sun, slow reveal, and the Hermit. I think we are getting somewhere with the dissolve of the situation. I think this is step one. Step one. So having this 8 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords repeating, this is a very, very strong energy. When we do, and this is one of the reasons why I like to use 2 decks sometimes, because we can get confirmation of the energies that we're seeing there that maybe are like, maybe he's looking for a new start. Maybe they're trying to rebrand. This can be a rebranding sometimes with that 8 of Pentacles in reverse. I don't think this is a rebrand. I think this is a revolution of self. So let's just pull a few cards. Is he happy right now? Is he? No, that is no. And there we've got our 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands and 5 of Wands. This is outwardly fighting, struggling, trying to make things work, almost trying to force things. But here, it's a lost cause. I'm not happy at home. I'm not in a good place. I'm struggling to get someone to see my way. I'm struggling for the compromise. I'm not getting that compromise. And then over here, this is just over it. This is the 3 of Swords in reverse. When we get that, we are just over the situation. We cannot deal anymore. We do not want to deal. We don't want to work on it. We don't want to talk to the therapist one more time. We don't want to go out to dinner and stare at each other weekly over the, poached salmon or, you know, I don't know, steak au poivre. We just don't want to do it anymore. We don't want to, you know, pretend and go through the motions. Has he been pretending and going through the motions? Let's get some clarifier cards. This is a hot reading, guys. I'm stoked about this. We're getting some really interesting answers here. He's if I'm right, he's going to make the move on this. He's going to be the one to say, I'm done. I want a DIVORC. And there's a sloppy shuffle again for you guys. This deck is slippery. It is a slippery deck. All right, so we're going to put that over there. Dun, 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 dun. You know, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm really fond of this deck. I wasn't when I got it. Someday things are gonna get easier. Someday things will get brighter. So that's really what he's looking at here is that I'm sorry, I had to sing. I'm so sick. You guys have no idea. Rita sing while I'm sick. It's hilarious. So he is really over the whole situation. Nothing they've done has worked. Nothing is stuck. He's looking for a brighter day. And this justice card, we see this a lot when we get divorces. So we see it a lot in divorces. So I think we are headed in that direction. So let me look at my notes. So I actually have questions written down off screen a lot of the time. Hardest working tarot reader in the East. I'm going to give the other hardest working tarot reader in the West to my girl, Alicia Wicker, who I was texting with yesterday, having a laugh and sending each other funny videos and memes back and forth. Hi, Scooter. That was, can I tell all of YouTube what happened with you?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does. Does it really? So my boy had to fill in. No, turn that back on. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. So my boy had to fill in as drum major. He's a tenor drummer, but he had to fill in as the back drum major because somebody was out and they have created a position for him. So he is drum major permanently now. So he's got to put those tenors down during the ballad and jump in as a drum major. Pretty cool. I'm very proud of him. Very proud of him. So he's a good kid and an amazing musician. 15 instruments, way more than I ever played. So is this with royal consent or without royal consent? Is he working with the royal family on this, or is he trying to slide into their UK? So we're going to do two rows here. All right. This is he working with the royal family? And the bottom one is going to be he's just doing this on his own. Okay, so Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And a sip of my Yorkshire Red. This is with the royal family. You guys are seeing it here. There's some complications with it. Daddy O is very, very foolishly helping him and seeing if he can help out with the situation. So what we've got is they want to get him home. He's homesick. They want to get him home with that Four of Wands. The Five of Swords in reverse. Not everyone is on the same page. Immediately, I'm getting William, Catherine, and Anne. I don't think that they're in agreement with this. Sophie is probably in the mix as a backup singer on this one. I know Sophie's not very fond of the wife. This is absolutely King Charles III. He is the one who makes the decisions here. And the argument here is that he is moving forward a little bit foolishly. He is not looking at the whole picture. He is not taking everyone into consideration. And it looks like he's going to make this decision unilaterally. Everybody here that's in reverse is voicing their opinions, but he's still going to do what he needs to do to repair and restore the royal family. So then we have, is he doing this on his own? No, because he is bereft and out of steam, out of gas. He wants a new beginning and he needs protection from his foolish heart. So heart of the matter here with King Charles, he wants to get started again. Heart of matter here. Harry wants to get back to work. He wants to get back to real work. This is the start that he wants. Prince Charles wants the same thing. So he is going to support him. We have the the Page of Wands here, and we have the Two of Wands here. This is the Page of Wands. I always want I always tell my students to think about this as an ace. This is we're getting back to work. I have some ideas. I'm eager. I want to get back into the mix. And this is, well, let's see if we can put this together and get you back into the mix together. So this protection bit, what are we talking about here? It's the end of the marriage. It's the end of the relationship. It's the end of this adventure with that Queen of Swords, who is not a mother. We're not going to go into any Didier, Baruski kids. We're not getting into kids. So we'll talk about this at a later time. I don't think it's going to be prudent to discuss it in this one because Harry is like a child himself. He wants to get back to being alone, finding some balance, and working through the ups and downs of life, which is great. Up here, King Charles does not want him to be cast out, does not want to see him moving in a reverse direction, and knows that he is completely broke. So is he completely broke? Is Prince Henri completely broke? So what we're going to look for, if he is broke emotionally, we're going to see cups. Mentally stressed out, we may see swords. Financially stressed out, we're going to see pentacles. So let's see what we've got over here on this bereftment. We've got cups. He is emotionally wrought out. He is done. And the Lovers in reverse. It was not, he needs protection from that situation. He needs protection from the marriage. So that is very interesting. That is what precipitates this entire move. You heard it from me saying it. So I those of you that have been following me for my entire tenure here on YouTube know that I've always said that Queen Elizabeth had a plan B for him, and it was to bankrupt him before they brought him back to the United Kingdom, before they brought him back into the family. Reason for the bankrupting is so that she could not get her hands on any royal monies or items that might be distributed to her. So it looks like he's got Daddy helping him. So is Holland Park going to be a location? We're going to do past, present, future. It's not far from Kensington. Are they going to put him in secular housing? Past, present, future. They don't know where they're going to put him yet. They don't think that he has really redeemed himself. The powers that be, the decision makers here, don't think that he has really redeemed himself enough to be allowed back in. It's almost like they want to kind of ease him into the bath water, not just drop him into a steaming hot bath. I think his reception will be very poor from the people that are working for the royal family, in addition to some royal family members. So let's just take a look at that. Yeah, they need to really protect him from the opinions of the people that work for the royal family. So one of the things, working for the royal family is not incredibly lucrative in terms of financial compensation. Experiential compensation, it's incomparable to other working situations. If you are a nanny for the royal family, you basically can write your ticket if you have a pleasant exit from your employ. You basically are in a very, very good position if you are a butler or a houseman or housemaid or whatever. I can rattle off a million different titles. If you are any of those things, when you are done working for the royal family, you can go work for the Beckhams. You can go work for Adele. You can go work for Elton John. You can basically command an amazing position with the Rothschilds or any of the loftier, very, very, very elite, wealthy people. So this business with the people that serve the royal family, they have to reestablish that. And so they're going to have to protect him for a little bit to really distance him. And I'll pull these off. They want to protect him and distance him from the former legacy of his spouse, who I think presented very poorly. I have quite an issue with women that complain and argue with service people in an effort to make themselves seem discerning. I think it's very distasteful. It is very poor manners and very poor etiquette. So I was a big fan of all different kinds of excessive etiquette when I was a child. I loved Amy Vanderbilt, Emily Post, all of the etiquette books. I thought they were amazing. And it does seem fussy, and I was fairly strict with etiquette, notwithstanding my son coming down here and flipping the light on and off while I'm trying to record. But it was fairly specific with etiquette with my children and using the proper fork, eating continental style. My kids eat continental. They don't switch. They don't do it the American way. I think that's much more refined and a lot less motion. I don't know why we do that in America, but so I do think that they have to kind of restore him with the support staff. I think it's one of the reasons why they don't want to bring him in. They're going to place some very specific people with him. And it's almost like they are, there we go. They have to restore the staff faith in him. They have to let the staff see in a limited fashion that he is a restored, regenerated person that is wiser, having had this experience with his first marriage. I did say first marriage. I said it, first marriage. So if they do this, if they ease him into that bathwater slowly, if they start to bring more and more people on, he's going to have like a trusted, specific houseman, butler, whatever you want to call him, handler. I'll call it a handler too. He's going to have a specific guy a guy or gal that they bring in. It feels more guy. They're going to bring him in. They're going to let him guide him through the process, and they're going to ease him back into the position that he was in. So we are going to see the restoration of Harry. In my opinion, we're getting there. He does not look happy. So Holland Park, I don't know if it's going to be Holland Park or if it's going to be a royal city. So we're going to pull from the center. Holland Park. Or, you know what? Let's correct this. Not Holland Park, but someplace posh, non-royal. Okay. So what are the benefits to being on a non-royal property? Benefits, pros and cons here. He's going to be a nervous wreck. He's going to hate it. He's not going to feel like part of the family. He's going to feel powerless. And like, they're just like, meh, oh, Harry, you're just like kind of an afterthought. He's not going to like it. It's going to be a weird thing. So if they put him on a small royal property, I think off premises, he's going to complain about the kids. So there's a problem. A lot of the royal family does not want him on a royal property. They do not want him there. There's a lot of discussion about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you that. Hang on. Minty tissue. All right, no sneeze just yet. So there's a lot of discussion. They don't know where to put him yet. That's why we're going to see this. Eventually, I think King Charles is going to step in and be successful. They're going to put him on a royal property, but it's not going to be an in-season property. What I mean by that, they're going to put him someplace that the rest of the family isn't. So, like Balmoral is their summer estate. They may stick him up in Balmoral and be like, you're going to stay up here with your kids, with tutors, with none of the royal family here. We're just going to get you comfortable and ease you back in. And then once you kind of are deprogrammed, I did say deprogrammed, we'll start to bring you back in. So I think that's what's happening. So biggest question, is he coming with a wife? Is he coming with a wife? Let's take a look. Boom, we are detaching from the devil, walking away, but this is not walking away very strongly. The preservation of the sweetness of the relationship. We're going to be handing out a lot of affection, a lot of, it's not you, it's me. Like that. I think that's what we're going to be dealing with. I think they're going to have Harry fall on the sword for this. So moving away, but we can't move entirely away. There are going to be some issues with children. But now we're getting into the situation. Once he gets into, I'm going to call it a Balmoral-esque kind of living situation. Once he gets there, what we're going to see is he's going to compare and contrast. And I said this about the Invictus trip and the Japanese trip. When he was on the Japanese trip with Nacho, he was more relaxed. He was having a good time. And then he went on the Invictus trip and it was a bit more, I'm going to say oppressed. And he compared and contrasted those two trips. And I think this is going to be more a continuation of that. He's going to compare and contrast his life hidden away in Balmoral or Balmoral-esque, wherever he's going to be, with the life that he had back in California. And I think he's going to see a lot of the pressures alleviate. So I think it'll be a lot easier to not have to wonder about if we have enough money to pay the tremendous $1,000 grocery bill. And I did say that $1,000 grocery bill. So are we going to have kids with us? Is he going to bring kids with him? Ace of Wands. Hermit looks like no. Oh, looks like no. Looks like we are not going to have kids with us. And up there, Queen of Swords, she is going to be separate. So I am not seeing kids coming on this trip or setting up a home back in lovely, lovely England. So this should be interesting. Just for fun, let's see if he's going to wind up in the Cotswolds. I love the Cotswold. I would love, love, love to have a home there. It looks like a fairy tale. So they're going to stick him there. The kids are small enough that they could still be tutored. Some questions about that now. It doesn't look like they'll put him there, but this moon card is very interesting because possibly they could put him there secretly and none of us would know about it. So this is going to be really interesting. So long story short, yes, I do think he is shopping for a home. I do think he is looking for a home somewhere, not over the rainbow, but somewhere in the United Kingdom. I think he's looking with assistance from his father, King Charles. And I do think that there are some conflicts within the family regarding this. So things are heating up. I think we're going to see some cool stuff going on. So, and frankly, I, can't understand why he would want to stay in the United States at this point, because the United States is basically on fire. So let me tell you how I really feel. I said the quiet part out loud. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I have a horrible cold, but I'm still going to try and produce some content for you. Congested. I hope you don't mind my voice, but I'm trying to keep things going. I am available for private readings in the next few days, so my schedule will be open up for different pockets of time. But I hope that you all have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. I will talk to you soon.